Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, we're having another test video. We're trying to make a video that's more suitable for smartphone usage. And being in correspondence with one of my YouTubers, and we're going to try to we're trying to zoom in, because at the moment I think we're going to have to leave in landscape mode because that's how things are portrayed on the YouTube video. So here's my paper that we're going to be doing soon, my GCSE class. It's the November 2014 paper that everybody's has been quite actually, quite excited to get done. So I'm just going to do a quick test video on question number 2 to see how we can play with the different zoom settings and try and get the text as big as possible on these PDF style lessons. Okay, at the moment we have 125% settings, as you can see from here. So I'm gonna quickly zoom up a bit. 150, 198. Okay, well, you see that's nice and big now. I'm going to quickly move down to page 2 where I'm going to do a sample question. Okay, right, there we go. Question number 2. Now, one other thing that has been recommended, which I have tried myself as well before, is to play with the zoom settings to try to get the question as big as possible. So here we go. Here's question number 2. So, for example, I was doing this with my class. I would get the question down to here and then try to zoom up a bit more, make the text as big as can be physically fit on the screen without having to. Okay, let's try to play about with it a little bit. It take a few extra seconds. Okay, and that looks much better. Here we go. So total for the question is 2 marks. So I think we just see the question over here, question number 2. We don't need to see that anymore, really. Oh, we can actually still see it if we just play with it a little bit. There you go. So at the zoom ratio of 300%, we've got a nice big, as big as it can fit on the screen, in the text of the PDF examination file. Let's have a look at the question now. Let's see how that will come out when we upload the video. Here we go. Bismillah. Karen got 32 out of 80 in a maths test. She got 38% in an English test. Karen wants to know if she got a higher percentage in maths or in English. Did Karen get a higher percentage in maths or English? So we need to work that out. So we've got orange pen selected. So it's 32 out of 80. Now, in mathematics, the 32 out of this part here represents a divide. Okay, so 32, we put the divide here, out of 80. So we now quickly change the English wording into mathematics, into a fraction. So 32 out of 80 in a maths test. Now, we've got to express this as a percentage. Now, to change any fraction into percentage, we multiply it by 100 over 1. Remember, this is a non-calculator paper, so we can't be using calculator. Now, let's try to cancel that down. Now, when we try to cancel it down, we cancel diagonally. So let's do nice easy first. Divide that by 10. Divide that by 10, for example. Now we've got 8 and 32 over here. So divide that by 8. Divide that by 8. So what we're left with here now is we have 4 multiplied by 10. And the top 4 times by 10. And the bottom we got 1 times by 1. Okay, folks, don't rush that all of a sudden. 1 times 1 could be quite a difficult question. Okay, 4 times, oops, pardon me, let's get rid of that, we don't need that. Okay, 4 times by 10, I'll give you 40. And 1 times by 1 is 1. And 40 divided by 1 will give us 40%. So that is going to be for the maths test. Let's write that down, maths test. Now we're going to do it says English was 38%. So let's have a look. Now, that's not going to be very like rocket science for us to compare. So we have 38% of the English test. And I say, did Karen get a higher percentage in maths or in English? And the answer is Karen scored a higher percentage in maths than English by 2%. That's the difference. And that would be sufficient as a question. And that's enough for our second test video, playing about with the zoom levels in our software trying to make the question as big as possible to fit the screen size that we have here. And hopefully this video will look much more better on a smartphone. I mean, this is still in the old school portrait mode, but we're making the text, everything as big as we physically can before it disappears on the screen. Please give some feedback on how you find this particular test video appears on your smartphone. I would appreciate any positive feedback. Thank you very much. Imran Iqbal. Okay, let's stop.